KCNAILS, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to be unboxing this package from Kiara Sky, and I'm also going to be doing a really pretty pink themed manicure. So here's what the inside of the box looks like. I always love Kiara Sky's packaging. It's so cute. I love all of the pink. So I do want to go ahead and say that I picked all of these items out because I am part of their affiliate program. So I do already know what is in this package, but let's go ahead and take a look. The first thing I'm showing you are 3 packs of their rhinestones. I'll be getting into this just a little bit further on into the video. Next, we have 2 all-in-one acrylic powders. These are the cover colors. I will be swatching these in just a minute, but first I'm going to go ahead and finish unboxing this package. I also wanted to try out more of their jelly tip shapes. So this is the short square. Here's what they look like. I will be comparing them to the medium square in just a minute, but this is what they look like. I also wanted to try their almond shape. So these are the medium almond jelly tips. The next thing is this box. I really love the design on this box. It's really pretty. So inside this we have 3 bottles of gel. This first one here is the Kiara Sky Ombre Gel. So this is actually a temperature changing gel polish. The second one here is actually a jelly gel polish. So this one is not very opaque. You can see through the color. And last but not least, we have the Bling It Gel. I haven't tried this, but I've heard good things, so we're going to be testing that out as well. And the last thing inside of this box is a dip powder and the sprinkle on glitter. Like I said, I did pick all of these items out and I wanted everything to be super pink. So let's go ahead and move on to these swatches. So we are going to be starting with the powders first. So let's actually start with the all-in-one acrylics first. This one here is called Bougie Beige. I do end up wearing this color later on in the video. I really love this acrylic color. I am going to be swatching on some stiletto nail swatches. I'm going to be swatching the inside. To apply the powder, I am going to be doing the dip powder method. So I'm taking the dip base, which is number 2, and I'm just applying a thin layer of this to the inside of the nail swatch. The reason that I am applying this to the inside is so that I do not have to file and buff the nail after the dip powder application. Once the dip base has been applied, I did go ahead and dip into the powder and then tap away the excess. After the first layer is dry, I did dust away the excess powder from the swatch, and I'm going to repeat the same thing for a second layer of the acrylic powder. So as you guys may know, all-in-one powder can be used as dip powder as well as acrylic, whereas the dip powder can only be used as dip powder because the monomer can actually marble the color and change it a little bit. So if you're planning to use them as acrylic, you do need to get the all-in-one powders. I personally try to get a lot more of the all-in-one powders just because I know if I want to try acrylic someday, I can go ahead and use the powders I already have instead of getting a ton of dip powders and then I have to buy more when I want to try acrylic. So that's just my personal opinion, but you can get whatever colors that you like. The second all-in-one acrylic powder that I'm going to be swatching is called Pink Parade. I really love this shade. It is so pretty and it does have a lot of fine glitter as well, which I do think is super pretty. Again, I'm just going to repeat the exact same steps to swatch out this all-in-one acrylic powder as well. So here is the finished swatch of Pink Parade. I love this color. It is so pretty. I can't wait to use this one in a manicure. Next, we're going to go ahead and swatch the dip powder. This is called Code Pink, and this is a glow-in-the-dark dip powder. Again, I'm just doing these same steps to swatch out this color of dip powder. This shade of pink is super bright, super vibrant, and perfect for summer. Personally, I don't really like to do like solid manicures of colors that are this bold and vibrant. I like to do like pops of colors. So for this manicure I'm doing today, I do have a nude base and I use this as like an accent color. I really like it. It's not overpowering, but you still get that bright, vibrant color of pink. So here's the finished swatch of Code Pink. Next, I'm going to be swatching this Sprinkle On glitter. This does not have any acrylic or dip powder in it. It's just like pure glitter. You can do so many things with these. You can mix it with other acrylics. You can sprinkle it over top of your nail, use it in nail art, so many other different things as well. I just personally use it like sprinkling over top of gel polish, but again, you can use this in so many different ways. For the swatch, I'm just applying the dip base to the top of the nail swatch, and I'm going to go ahead and dip that into the glitter. If you were doing this on your nail, you do want to make sure to have like an acrylic or dip powder underneath. You don't want to just apply pure glitter to your nail. Before the dip base has had a chance to dry, you do want to go ahead and pat down the glitter just to make sure it's as flat as possible. So here's the swatch of the Sprinkle On glitter. So we're going to go ahead and move on to the gel polishes. This first one here is the ombre gel. Like I said, this does change color with temperature. This is called Fairy Tale Romance. The next gel polish that I got is the Jelly gel polish. This is called That's My Jam. I really like this color. It is a little bit of a darker shade than I was expecting, but I do think this color is really pretty. So let's go ahead and swatch these two colors. I am using my lavender Kiara Sky nail lamp. I love mine so much. I use it constantly. I will link it down below if you are interested. So let's go ahead and swatch out these gels. I really like Kiara Sky's gel polishes. The consistency is really nice. They're not runny and they're not too thick, so it makes it very easy to work with. You do need at least 2 layers to get the correct color opacity though, so do keep that in mind. I'm going to go ahead and swatch the Jelly gel polish as well. Again, like I said in the beginning, this is a jelly gel polish, so you are meant to see through it. It's not supposed to be opaque, so do keep that in mind. You don't want to apply too thick of a layer. If you want the color to be darker, just apply more layers. I then went ahead and cured under the LED nail lamp for 30 seconds. So as you can see, after curing the first layer, the ombre gel does turn a lighter color, and now that I'm applying the second layer of gel polish, because the nail swatch is still warm, it is changing the color of the gel as I apply it. That can be very tricky, especially when you're applying it to an actual nail. You do get a little bit lost of which area you've already applied the gel polish to, but personally it's not that big of an issue. It looks a little bit trippy. Again, I'm going to apply a second layer of the Jelly gel polish as well and cure again for 30 seconds. So here are the swatches of the gel polishes. I really love the ombre one. I really like the jelly one as well, but personally I struggle with doing nail designs with jelly gel polishes. Moving on, we have the 3 Rhinestone collections. We have Silver Dollar, Pink Paradise, and Moonstone. In addition to the rhinestones, I also wanted to try the Bling It gel. So this is the gel that you adhere the rhinestones with. This has a very, very thick consistency, which I have high hopes that is going to hold the rhinestones on very well. I will be trying this out later on in the video. Let's go ahead and take a closer look at the jelly tips. Like I said, these are the short square. Here's what it looks like up against my nail. It is a very natural length to me. I feel like these are not too long. I want to quickly go ahead and compare it to the medium square jelly tips as well, just so that you can see the length difference. So here's the difference in the length of these two jelly tips. I will be comparing the side view as well. They are pretty much exactly the same, just the medium ones are a little bit longer than the short ones. Here's what they look like up against my nails side by side. Let me know down below what is your favorite length of nails, especially when it comes to jelly tips. I would love to know your opinions. And let me just quickly show you what the almond jelly tips look like as well. These are the medium ones. I do really like the shape of these. It's not like a super wide almond, which I personally like the skinnier almonds, so I do really like the shape of these. So here's everything that I got in my Kiara Sky package, and here's the swatches that I did in this video. Everything will be linked down below. You can use my code KCNAILS to save 10% off of your Kiara Sky purchase. I think these colors are so cute, so let's go ahead and move on to the manicure. So just really quick before we get started with the nail tutorial, you guys know how I've been using the lavender background for a while now in my videos. I really like the lavender theme, it's really cute. I do actually have to replace this mat like once a month just because the gel polishes make it look very dirty. The gels and stuff like stain the mat. So I went ahead and got my replacement, but I also got a new color. I originally got the lavender one because that was the requested color of a different brand, but knowing that Kiara Sky's color is pink, I decided to get a pink one. So I will link these down below. I did get them from Amazon. Look how pretty this color is. I was actually really shocked when I opened it because it's the perfect shade of pink. This actually covers a good amount of my table as well, so I am able to protect my table as I'm doing my nails because I can easily replace the mat but not the table. So here's what my setup looks like for my Kiara Sky videos. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to the nail tutorial. I do already have the base of my nails done. I'm not going to be showing how I did this, but it is basic dip powder application. The color that I used is the all-in-one acrylic called Bougie Beige. This is a really pretty nude pink color. Again, I just did dip powder over top of nail tips. This nail design is a freestyle set. I didn't have anything planned for this manicure. I knew I wanted to do a pink themed manicure, but that was about it. So to start, I'm taking my mixing palette and I'm going to go ahead and take the ombre gel polish. Again, this is called Fairy Tale Romance. I'm just placing some of this onto the mixing palette. I'm also going to do the same thing with the jelly gel polish, which is called That's My Jam. Taking a fine nail art brush, I just picked up the jelly gel polish and I'm going to start drawing a fringe tip on the pinky. There are a lot of ways that you can draw fringe tips just to make them a little bit easier to do, but I've done so many, I'm just winging the fringe tip shape. I am just starting from the sides of the nail and drawing a curved line towards the center of the nail. Once I started drawing the fringe tip, I did decide to go ahead and sprinkle the glitter over top of the uncured gel, just because I wasn't the biggest fan of how this jelly gel polish looked over top of the dip powder. Once I have the initial fringe tip design down, I did actually go back and do a second line for the smile line, kind of like a modern fringe tip. I really like these. I think they're so pretty. I haven't done one in quite a while, so I definitely wanted to do the double fringe tips. This nail design is a little bit more advanced than the typical French tip nail, especially if you don't have a steady hand, so do keep that in mind. I do actually plan to try the jelly polishes over top of clear nails, just not for this video. So if that is something that you're interested in, definitely leave it down below in the comments and I'll try to come up with some designs that use the jelly polishes. Like I said, I really like how it looks, but for some reason when I do it, it doesn't quite turn out how I want. So before I cure that layer of gel, I am taking the Sprinkle On Glitter. Again, this is called Pink Tiara. And I'm going to be using a cuticle pusher to pour the glitter over top of the uncured gel. After pouring the glitter over top, you do want to make sure to push down the glitter to make it as flat as possible. I then went ahead and cured for 1 minute. Once the nail is cured, I am taking a fluffy brush and I'm going to dust away all of the excess glitter. That is basically the finished nail because I do have a gel top coat on the dip powder nails. Next, I am taking the Kiara Sky Color Base Coat Gel and I'm going to be applying this to the ring fingernail. As you guys may have already guessed, I am doing a dip powder ombre scrub for this nail. This method is my absolute favorite when it comes to doing ombre nails, especially if you're doing dip powder. It's super easy and perfect for beginners. Once I've applied the base coat, I did go ahead and do a full cure under the nail lamp. Once the base coat is cured, I am then taking the pink dip powder color. Again, this is called Code Pink and it does glow in the dark. I'm then taking a small fluffy brush and I'm going to pick up the dip powder and start scrubbing that into the sticky layer of the base coat. For this ombre, I did want the pink to be on the bottom half of the nail, so I'm just going ahead and placing that at my cuticle. As always, when doing dip powder ombres, you do want to make sure not to have as much product on the brush as you get closer to the tip of the nail, just to make sure you have a flawless ombre. If the color doesn't look as pigmented as you want, just keep adding more dip powder and scrubbing it in, and eventually the color will show up better. After you have the ombre like you want, you do want to lightly dust away the excess powder from the nail. Next, I am taking the Kiara Sky non-white top coat and I'm going to apply this onto the nail. So once again, when you're doing anything over top of the ombre nails, you do want to be very gentle because you can still move around that dip powder ombre. Once I've applied the top coat, I did go ahead and cure for a full minute. Next, I did want to try the Bling It gel. I have heard a few people talk about this gel being really good for holding on rhinestones. As you can see on the back, it does say to apply the Bling It gel and then your rhinestones and then apply the top coat around that. But I am just applying the rhinestones after applying the top coat. So I am taking the Pink Paradise rhinestones from Kiara Sky. I thought these were really pretty. I like how it has that white tint to it as well. I've really been wanting to try the Kiara Sky rhinestones for a while, so I'm finally glad to try them. They did just come in this little bag, so I went ahead and cut it and poured some of the rhinestones out onto the table. You do get a lot of different sizes, which I think is really nice because it's good to have a variety of sizes with your rhinestones. I am just going to be using this wax pencil to pick up my rhinestones. It is so much easier to use than tweezers. Kiara Sky does have a rhinestone picker, but I don't have that one yet. So I'm just taking a little bit of the Bling It gel and I'm applying small dots of this where I plan to apply my rhinestones. The first rhinestone I'm placing is one of the biggest ones, and I'm placing this just a little bit away from the cuticle area. I'm going to continue that process and do rhinestones going down towards the tip of the nail. I did also make sure that the rhinestones are going down in size as I get to the tip of the nail, just to make the nail look how I want. I also decided to place a tiny rhinestone just above the big one. Once I have the rhinestones placed, I did go ahead and do a full cure under the nail lamp. Going back with the Bling It gel, I'm going to be applying this to the middle fingernail as well. I honestly didn't have the best ideas for the middle fingernail. I didn't know what I wanted to do, so I just decided to add a 3D butterfly and some other nail charms. This is a pink and purple butterfly and I really like this one. It is so cute. I did also place 2 of the pink rhinestones underneath the butterfly. I did also decide to take these 3D flowers and place these under the butterfly as well. I really like to do rhinestone clusters like this. I feel like it makes the nail set look a lot better, and I didn't really know what else to do for this nail, so that is just what I ended up doing. Next, I am taking these really tiny clear caviar beads and I'm applying this in between those rhinestones just to make sure that area is filled up how I like. So quickly, I want to just go ahead and give you guys a little bit of an update. I actually did these nails half a week ago and I want to give you an update on how this Bling It gel lasts. I usually do the rhinestones inside of the top coat and I don't really have an issue with that. I do end up removing my nails before the rhinestones have a chance to come off. But usually when I apply the 3D butterfly, I use clear poly gel. And I'm not even going to lie, the 3D butterfly ends up popping off a few hours after I do the nail set. Usually I do my nails at night and by the time I wake up, the butterfly has already popped off. But with this, it actually lasted for 2 days. So I do want to say I feel like this rhinestone glue does hold it on very well. I did end up taking off the flowers and stuff underneath the butterfly as well, just to make my manicure a little bit smoother, but I still do have the rhinestones on my ring fingernail and they are not budging at all. I do think that this product is really good for holding on rhinestones. I think I forgot to hit record, but I did cure that layer under the nail lamp for a full minute. Next, I am going back with the fine nail art brush and the jelly gel polish, and I'm going to be doing some flowers on the index nail. These flowers are really simple, but they do always look super cute. I'm just doing the flower petals going towards the corner of the nail. I do want to leave enough space in between these because I am going to be adding more colors as well, but I'm just doing the basic flower shape. I'm also going to be doing a flower towards the cuticle area of the nail, and this one isn't quite on the corner, so I do have to do all of the flower petals for this flower. This flower nail design is inspired by Cheyenne Nails on Instagram. If you guys are not following her, I think you're missing out. She does her flowers like this and I think they are so cute. I really love how her flowers turn out in her nail sets. So I did want to recreate her style for this nail. Once I have the base of the flower done, I did go ahead and do a 30-second cure. For the second layer of the flowers, I am taking the color changing gel polish and I'm going to be doing a little bit more detail. So for the flower at the tip of the nail, I'm just doing a dot in the center of those flower petals. And for the smaller flower, I'm going to place a dot in the center of those flower petals as well and also outline that flower. Once I finished with the second color, I did go ahead and do another 30-second cure. Next, I am taking the white gel liner, which is called White Canvas, and I'm going to be using this to finish out the flowers. I'm going to go ahead and outline the big flower at the tip of the nail. I'm also going to be doing some really fine lines inside of the flower petals just to give it a little bit of detail. I also tried to do some thin lines inside of the flower petals for the small flower. This was a little bit more difficult because the flower is a lot smaller, so basically I only did one line per flower petal. I'm also going back with the white gel liner and I'm doing a small swirl inside of the centers of the flowers. I feel like this gives it a really nice touch and I like how it looks. Then taking the small side of a dotting tool, I just dipped it directly into the white gel liner bottle and I'm going to be doing some dots around the flower petals. After I finished the flowers, I felt like this nail design needed a little bit something extra, and you guys know I love doing dots, so I figured I could do something with dots, and this is what I came up with. Once I finished all of the dots, I did go ahead and do a full cure under the nail lamp. Then going back with the no wipe top coat, I'm going to apply a layer of this onto the index nail, and I'm going to cure that for a full minute. So for the thumbnail, I'm going to be doing another dip powder ombre scrub, so I'm going back with the base coat gel and I'm applying a layer of this onto the thumbnail. Once I apply the base coat, I did go ahead and do a full cure under the nail lamp. I'm then going back with the pink dip powder color called Code Pink, and I'm going to be doing the dip powder ombre at the tip of the nail. This is the same method that I did for the other nail, except I'm just placing it at the tip instead of at the base. Again, I did make sure to remove all of the excess powder from the nail. Next, I am taking the Kiara Sky Velvet Matte Gel Top Coat and I'm going to be applying a layer onto the nail. I did want the base of the nail to be matte for the nail art. Again, I am going to cure that for a full minute. Going back with the fine nail art brush and the gel polish that changes colors, I'm going to go ahead and do an outline of a smile line. For this nail design, it's kind of like a French tip, but we're not going to be filling it in. So basically, I'm just starting out by doing the outline of the smile line. Once I have the smile line, I'm going to go back and outline the tip of the nail. Once I finished the French tip nail design, I did go ahead and do a full cure. Because I didn't want to top coat the thumbnail again, I am taking the Kiara Sky lint-free nail wipes and applying a little bit of rubbing alcohol. I'm just going to remove the sticky layer of the gel polish that I just did. Then taking the Kiara Sky cuticle oil, this is the rose scent. I'm going to apply this to all of the cuticles and rub it in. And here are the nails. Let me know what you guys think of this nail set down below in the comments. I really like this nail design. I feel like it was a little bit of a challenge, just picking random pink items from Kiara Sky's website to do a manicure with. I really like how these turned out, super cute. Do make sure to give this video a thumbs up. If you're not already, don't forget to hit subscribe because I do post weekly nail videos, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!